Bruce has been resident choreographer here for many years. He is one of the world's and Europe's greatest contemporary choreographers. We've been lucky enough to have him choreograph works here. Ballets like Hush were made on our dances. He visits us every year or every 2 years. And his work has become a part of what makes us a great company, because it's so grounded, so contemporary, and the dancers thrive on it. And that only makes you a more rounded dancer, I think, to have that experience in every genre. And Chris's work is powerful, and he has his own syllabus of movement that is really strong and unique. And I think you can see that all the people that have studied under him, who have become choreographers or directors, have been influenced by him. Some of my favourite ballets are Chris Bruce ballets. Grinning in Your Face is the ballet that Chris is doing for us. It premiered in London, and it's a ballet about the Great Depression. And it uses a series of folk songs and songs from that time frame. It's about 10 to 12 dances. It's a ballet about the optimism and the survival of a Depression era, and very much a period piece. Christopher Wheeldon is one of the greatest choreographers living today. His work what I love about his work is that I can clearly see his Royal Ballet heritage mixed with the New York City Ballet heritage, and that to me has created a very interesting flavour. He can make wonderful steps and pas de deux very architecturally, but he also can tell a really great story and have a great sense of humour. And he's great for the company to work with. Chris Wheeldon has been here before. He brought the wonderful Carnival of the Animals, and John Lithgow had come down to perform that with us, which was such a thrill. And we did Carousel also a couple of years ago, which is one of my favourite ballets of Chris's, with a gorgeous pas de deux in the end, to also wonderful music that is very hummable. Rush is more of a athletic ballet, more contemporary, and has a very dynamic pas de deux. It was choreographed on San Francisco Ballet, I think about 6 or 7 years ago, and it will really be a dynamic inclusion to our repertoire. Jorma Elo was one of the most beautiful dancers I had seen. He was a dancer in the Netherlands Dance Theatre. I saw him dance many times, and when he began to choreograph, it was very exciting because he had such a unique voice. When you see his work, I could immediately say, that's Jorma's work. And I love the fact that the dancers, when they can see someone who moves that beautifully, they emulate that, and the work, I think, will only be stronger because of that. And I think one of the great things about Houston Ballet that makes us very unique is our connection to the European choreographers. We already have that reputation amongst them that this is a great place to choreograph, and I think Jorma is very excited to come here, and I'm really can't wait to see the product. He's going to be choreographing to the Mozart Violin Concerto, one of the Mozart Violin Concertos. So I'm sure it will be a very spectacular ballet. Jorma's movement style is clearly Jiri Kilian based. I think that you can see that he studied under Jiri, but there is a love of classical ballet and a kind of a tongue-in-cheek playfulness with it. I also see elements of hip-hop and contemporary, really current dance in his work, and I think that he's really very good at taking an artist and finding what makes them special and making a ballet around that.